The following Facilities Management Insight was filmed at the NFMT Conference and Expo.
The Empire State Building, built in the 30s, so you can imagine the difference in what they used to build that building then with what they would use now. And so you can, and then there was also a change of ownership. So there are a couple of assessments that went on in terms of things we could do to move this from was kind of an aging Class A and probably more of a borderline Class B type of building into more of a Class A premium location, which that building probably should be, especially at the time when it was still the tallest building in New York. So their strategy was these items you see up at the top: renew and retrofit to address some of the capital issues that they knew were going on with that building. You can imagine the value of the building. In fact, it's part of a, it's in discussion to be part of an IPO for a REIT soon, which will capitalize that in the neighborhood of $2 billion, $2.5 billion. So this will be a prestige property that's part of that. So they wanted to take on an idea about reducing O&M costs, reducing utilities costs, how that's where the difference in materials really, or the difference in equipment and technology would really pay off in this building. Savings in those areas, big savings. As tenants have more technology and those sorts of things, they need reliable energy power and they need a better source of chilled water. So there were some plant upgrades that needed to be done in there. And then finally, use all of those things to increase their occupancy, improve how many people are there, and then how much they pay in rent. And then also accessorize those services with additional concierge and those kinds of things. So that was a big strategy for the Empire State Building. And here are some of the program elements that they undertook on the facility side to execute that real estate strategy: the barrier, the ventilation control, and especially you can see in here a couple of bullet points that really get into the tenant space and talk about who's in there and how will they be comfortable in this building. So, and then some of those are pretty straightforward. You guys have probably encountered these projects already in your buildings. The easy ones are the lighting changes, the plug or the outlet changes, bringing some daylighting into the space, that ventilation control with the tenant, and then air handling and a chiller plant retrofit on the larger scale improvements. So all of that stuff came down in their first estimate at about $500 million. And so just on a quick thought, they're talking about selling this building in the neighborhood of $1.5 billion, maybe 1.2. So $500 million investment towards that $800 million improvement in value was what they were after. And so that's part of the argument that becomes part of your business case.